And there is our new little project. Here is the beast we're gonna work on. Now, David says it does run and drive, but it's got a huge power issue, and basically it's gonna move from here to the trailer and it won't really drive onto the trailer. It just has almost no power. And that's something we're gonna figure out. It seems to start okay. But let's work on getting this thing up and get it back to my place. Yeah, we can hook a strap to the two D-rings if you want. Do you have a strap?
I have a 30-foot strap, so it's gonna be way too big.
Oh yeah,
I don't know where my 20-foot one is.
That would be slightly big.
Where do you run these? Do you run the strap end to the truck and
the
ratchet to the trailer?
Yeah.
You're gonna cross thread them?
Yeah. Oh, yummy. I love the spider webs.
You're welcome.
Those are custom.
Custom right in my mouth. We'll do mine in a second. Let me give it a little slack in it. There you go. Crack it. This one.
Hey.
Oh, good catch.
That could have been bad.
I mean, it would have popped off is what it would have done.
Yeah.
But good catch.
You need to flip it the other way. This head looks like it's doing the same thing.
All right, and we're rolling. Let's go ahead. Let's get this thing back to my place, and then we'll go over it. I'll tell you exactly what, well, not exactly, but kind of what we know, what's going on, and definitely what needs to be fixed to make this thing a cool and usable rig. So, all right, let's get back. right, so here it is. Here is the 4Runner. It is here and here to stay for a little bit while I work on it. Now, let's go over what I know, because I don't know a whole lot. So it's a 1988 4Runner. It's four-wheel drive. It's got a 5-speed manual transmission. It's got a 3.0 V6, I believe, which from my understanding, is kind of one of the worst engines that you could get in a Toyota, but that's okay. We'll make that work. It's got some weird, odd issues. So one, you may have noticed that it has no power at all, like almost nothing. That's why we had to winch it onto the trailer. Really, like, you try to put any kind of fuel to it and the engine will just fall flat on its face. I mean, you can't even get it up above 1500 RPMs, period. It kind of does this weird, like, surging, almost like it's running out of fuel, but the fuel pump is brand new and the fuel pressure regulator is brand new, so I don't know, unless they're defective, which it could be. So I don't know to get in there. Also, it could be timing or something, but we're just gonna have to get into it. So I think that's gonna be our first order of business, is get into that, get the engine running really well, and then from there we can start tackling the other issues. And some of those include the suspension on this thing. It's got like dual shock absorbers in the front, completely unnecessary for this thing. The torsion bars are cranked all the way up as max as they would go, which leads to a pretty harsh ride in my opinion. I think it's got a block in the rear, and we're sitting on like 34-inch tires, which is kind of cool, but I don't think it's needed. So what I would like to do, because he wants to make this thing an Overlander, and I thought, you know, you don't really need 34-inch tires to Overland, is to kind of just make it running right, get it running well, get everything right on it, and then we'll tackle the suspension, drop it down a bit, put a little bit smaller tire on it because it's not re-geared. That should get you some power back out of this thing, make it drive nicer, you know, fix some of the geometry, the suspension and the geometry and all that stuff. The geometry in the suspension. There we go. Fix the suspension and get it riding right and just driving nice and everything. It's not too bad. Let's take a look at the inside here. And I do apologize for the wind. We gotta, hold on, do it like this. So it's not in super bad shape, to be honest. Okay, now that you can see, it's not in bad shape, to be honest. I mean, you know, there's got some of that going on there. Someone put tape there, I guess, to fix that part of the door, which is not a problem. And someone put, I guess these are aircraft switches or something in it at some point, which that's kind of cool, and they do work. But like the windows only roll down about to here, then the door starts jamming or something. When the windows roll down, you can't open the door. This one only opens from the inside. That one, I think, only opens from the outside. The interior's not bad, though. It needs a little bit of cleaning, a lot of cleaning. And, I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad little thing. The headliner's actually trash. It's kind of got a sunroof, which is kind of cool. But it doesn't drive bad when it's running. It just needs some help. Also, it tends to run hot, which I don't know if that's normal for these things, but I have a suspicion of what's going on there. There is a electric fan that's kind of wired odd in my opinion, so I think what would be better is to put a different radiator in it, because that one's probably bad. I think it's original, and then go back to a mechanical fan, which is probably going to be the best thing for this. But yeah, there it is. Little old 4Runner. I think this is going to be a really fun rig to work on, and I don't know, get going and built for overlanding. I think it would be cool. You can see right here, you see the dual shocks, which is completely unnecessary. So we'll be taking some of that out and fixing that, just kind of making the whole thing right. But yeah, there it is. Cool little 4Runner. Just needs a little help. Okay, so there it is, the 1988 4Runner that we are going to work on, and I'm gonna film every step of the way with you guys with me, trying to figure out what's going on with it and make it reliable. And like I said, the overall goal is to turn this thing kind of into a reliable Overlander, not anything crazy, just a reliable rig that we can take camping or whatever, or Dave can take camping and kind of go explore. So that's what this is going to turn into. A cool thing that we're going to do is once I get it completely done and it's right and running well and all that stuff, we're going to do a big overland trip in it and kind of celebrate that it's got some new life in it. So I think that'll be really cool. So stick along with the series as we go ahead and work on this thing. We're going to work on it together, hopefully learn stuff together. I know very little about this thing, and it's going to take a lot of learning on my end to figure things out, and hopefully some of you will be able to help me along the way, because I absolutely know nothing about it. So it'll be very interesting. So with that, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the like if you like this video, and hit the comments below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or advice. I really need the advice. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing here. And with that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.